YouTuber?
No, but ever since I came here, I started posting things.
Right.
So
Now you are.
whatever. Just because I have to.
Okay.
All right. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to manage your anxiety. All right. Disclaimer. I am not a registered professional that can diagnose you, but some people might need outside help if you do have severe anxiety. But I'm just going to teach you some things that I have learned from my psychology classes that I took in college, and also from my own experience with anxiety and therapy that I have done. Because we want to learn how to control our anxiety if we have it. So what is anxiety? What will that look like? What might that feel like? So I have some listed things. So you might feel tension, you might have worried thoughts, you might have physical changes, you might feel nervous, restless, can't sleep. Some of these physical changes is sweating, trembling, dizziness. Your heart rate might increase. You might have some stomach problems. All right, so what should you do when you suspect you have anxiety? So I came up with this method on my own. Similar to stop, drop, and roll when you have a fire. You're gonna stop, realize you're having anxiety, and then address it. So sometimes when you have anxiety, you might not know why you have these feelings and you just feel that way. Other times you might actually know what the root cause of that anxiety is, which if you do, perfect, you can address it. But if you do not know why you are having these anxiety feelings, you need to remember that anxiety is short-lived and it's only temporary, so you can try and calm yourself down knowing that. So these are the topics that we're going to go through, some different methods that I have. We're going to go through a flashcard method, 5 senses, breathing, removing yourself, temperature change, going for a walk, journal, and eating healthy. All right, first one is a flashcard method. This is something that my therapist taught me that we came up with. So basically, if you frequently have anxiety and you know what those triggers are, you can write on a flashcard. On the front, you're going to say what you think it is. And then on the back, you're going to give yourself talking down points or things that will calm you down. So for an example, back in Missouri, I had severe allergies to certain things, and my face would actually start to droop on one side. One of my eyelids would droop and my face would go numb. So I thought that I was having a stroke because I had these things, but then I found out, hey, you just have allergies, you should take allergy medicine. And then when I would take my allergy medicine, it would go away. But in the moment of myself calming down, I would say, all right, can I move my tongue? Can I go like this? I would test myself for having a stroke, essentially. But on that card, I would write, think you're having a stroke, ? And then on the back, I would write those talking points to kind of, tell myself. Same thing with my asthma. I would write, think you are having a heart attack, because whatever, I'm like, I can't breathe and I'm gonna have a heart attack or something. Whatever my brain would convince myself, and I'd have those talking points. So if you know triggers to what you might have anxiety episodes, you can talk yourself down by having those flashcards on hand. The next one, this is a pretty common one that most people know. It's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you're gonna do in the middle of having an anxiety episode, you're gonna find 5 things that you can see. So you're gonna look around you, find 5 things. 4, you're gonna see things that you can touch. So you might touch your hair, touch the bottom of your shoe, and feel what that feels like. You're gonna find 3 things you can hear, whether that's your breathing, whether that's your walking, whether that's someone in the distance, or music you hear. You're gonna find 2 things that you can smell, something that I would use for a tip, because you might not always just smell things. You could smell your clothes, smell your hair. And then something that you can taste. So if you have water or something you can drink, you can quickly taste that. Or what I would use is I always had mints, and I would just put a mint in my mouth. But what this does is this takes your mind off of whatever you might be thinking or feeling, because you're focusing on doing something. All right, the next one is breathing. So if you're able to sit up, kind of close your eyes, and focus on your breathing, can you feel your chest rise? Can you feel it go down? Can you hear your breathing? Can you try breathing through your mouth and then through your nose, through your nose, through your mouth? You're taking your focus off of something else, and you're centering it on your breathing, which also will help with your heart rate, because sometimes when you're having anxiety, your heart rate will get really high, and if you can focus on your breathing, you are actually able to slow your heart rate down. All right, remove yourself. this is something you guys probably see me do a lot. I know Gus has caught me underneath the receptionist desk taking a break. Sometimes when you start to get really overwhelmed, that you can get anxiety from just being overwhelmed with too many things. And sometimes all you need is a 5 minute break. But you're not always able to do that. But if you are, just kind of stepping out of an area. So sometimes I know that this used to happen to me when I was in high school. I had math class and I really did not like math class. So I associated math, this specific room, with anxiety. So every once in a while I'd just go to the bathroom to just take a break and leave that room for a moment to come back, because you can kind of calm yourself down. Next is your temperature change. So if you're able to, kind of like shocking your system basically. So what I would do is I would take a wet washcloth and I would put that on my face. I would splash my face with water, or sometimes I'd actually even put my head in the freezer. Because what you're doing is whenever you are getting quickly changing your temperature, I usually do cold water, your parasympathetic nervous system activates and it's going to bring you back. It's going to kind of like shock you and kind of get you out of whatever is going on. So going for a walk or working out. This is a big one just because when you are moving around, you're getting your endorphins going. But it's not just your endorphins. You're having dopamine, you're having adrenaline, and all of this little concoction, it helps you feel confident. It gives you these happy feels, and you can feel like you're capable of doing something, and you can feel accomplished. So if you get your body moving, you have these endorphins running through you, you're just naturally going to feel less anxiety once you get to that point. And I like to say go for a walk instead of working out sometimes, just because like for me, I used to have anxiety working out, and it would be hard for me to get myself to work out, which, you know, obviously you don't want to have anxiety about working out when working out is supposed to help with your anxiety, right? So I would go for a walk, and then once I start to get moving, then I could go for a workout just because it would kind of help me transition. The next thing is journaling. So if you're able to, grab a piece of paper, maybe even say it into a voice memo if you want to, and just write out those feelings that you're having. So if you like, okay, I'm feeling stressed about this, I'm feeling anxious about this, and you can write those out or even talk to someone about it or say it in a voice memo, then you're getting that out, and at the end, once you're finished talking about it, it can actually help you feel better about it. Alright, another quick tip, and this is the end of my presentation, but another thing is eating healthy can actually really help you. So your serotonin is actually in your gut, most of it. Some of it is in your, I think it's your plasma or something. Anyway, serotonin will help regulate your mood and your digestion. When you have good gut health and you have good digestion, you're going to feel happy. When you have a more balanced mood, you're going to feel happier. But quick tips: eating healthy, getting exercise, going out and getting sun, and also taking probiotics can help your serotonin levels stay up. And also chewing gum is another one that I would do too, that I just want to quickly mention, because you're focused on something else, and mints can be very calming. But that is the end of my presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
Good job. Super thorough.
Yeah.
I love it.
Where did the